or substantial changes in trade policy, especially from the White House. I had several chances to present my idea, especially September and October. I was in United States, August. I met many trade experts and officials in order to figure out whether protective trade policy, I'm going to say very extreme protective trade policy, will be maintained by Trump administration. This week, President Trump visited Korea. Before he left Korea, there were many worries about his comments. I'm going to say very strong comment or message against Korea. But actually, what happened? So this was actually, I took from tweets of President Trump. During the speech at the Blue House, both presidents mentioned about U.S.-Korea alliance, A, linchpin for security, stability, and prosperity in the Indo-Pacific region. Regarding trade, okay, he mentioned we need to rebalance Coros FTA in order to reduce the substantial U.S. deficit with Korea. President Moon mentioned they agreed to instruct trade officials to conclude an improved trade agreement between two countries. I'm trying to catch the overall evaluation about President Trump's visit to Korea. So this was actually the best title of the newspaper. I'm sorry for foreign participants. Here say, Mr. Trump left Korea without delivering strong message against Korea. So, if I say this, then you may similar message actually. I gave my audience in Shanghai last week and several places in Korea. So why? So when we say foreign policy, when last year President Trump was a candidate, he has two top advisors for the foreign policy. So diplomacy and security, this guy, Steve Bannon. He was a special advisor or strategist at the White House when Trump took the office. The other guy, the other part, trade. This gentleman is Hiranaga. So he is a very extreme rightist person. Peter Navarro is a typical trade protectionist in the United States. So you know what Trumpism. We do not say Trump economics, Trumponomics, etc. Trumpism. So you know what this means. Even Oreo. What is Oreo? Oreo is a snack. This was taken from the same tweet of Trump. So they like this diagram. This is a trade structure or trend of trade with Mexico. So this part, blue is this is trade deficit because of automobile and parts. The other, so U.S. has a growing trade deficit with U.S. the Mexico. So their idea on the Trumpism is okay. Let's block all the trade with the U.S. the Mexico. Then they will have trade surplus. That's it. Very simple. No logic. So, in early days of this year, first week of his presidency, Trump signed his executive order to withdraw its membership from the TPP. In 100 days, he ordered to terminate the NAFTA. So when he was president, actually he didn't have a new cabinet members or advisors as a president. So these guys took the position. No powerful USDR, no powerful Secretary of Commerce. This guy made big troubles. So we had the chief of NSC, they had the chief of DOD of the Department of Defense. And this gentleman, chief of NEC. NEC is the National Economic Advisor, Gary Cohn. However, they couldn't deliver their message to Mr. Trump. So these guys occupied in issues of foreign trade. So when was it? August 18, about 2 p.m. At the time I was in PII, Peterson Institute in Washington, D.C. I'm talking with Gary Hufubauer. He is a well-known senior economist. Dr. Kim, he knows very well. So he showed me messages. Wow! Finally, Steve is was fired by Mr. Kelly. So Mr. Kelly is the chief of staffs in the White House. So now he cleared the ordering system. Kelly is in charge of everything in White House regarding policy, including foreign. Also, Gary Cohn, he was designated as covering all trade issues. So Gary Cohn is a very reasonable person. Here, Secretary of Commerce, he is supposed to talk with Gary Cohn. So Gary Cohn is in charge of all trade issues. This guy, Peter Navarro, he was chief of newly introduced NTC, National Trade Council. But he was degraded as director of a bureau. have put a smaller picture for it. So what implications? Now, reasonable decision-making system. Also, they are emphasizing on importance of economic logic, importance of relations with the existing allied nations. Why do I show you McMaster and Mattis? Actually, when they discuss trade issues, they consider in the context of security. Also, importance of U.S.'s role from President Trump's U.S.-centered mindset to world leader. However, there are still possibilities. President Trump's very special character, but provoking others. So many messages to deliver for you, but I'm gonna try to finish my keynote speech. The only message is early days of President Trump's White House, right? At that time, he didn't have a strong advisor with reasonable thinking. So let me stop here. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice President Intro Chung. Actually, you saved around 2 minutes for us. Thank you. It seems that we have to change the order of presentations. Actually, it seems that our main sponsor, the representative, our main sponsor, actually I heard that from Professor Hichul Moon that they prepared something special gift for all the participants during the gala dinner. So actually it seems that they have to catch the train to Seoul very early. So I will invite them to present the K-Sure's work. Please. Mr. Jong-ho Kim.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I'm awfully sorry for coming here in the very important keynote. As a public relations team director, I have lots of official appointment in the evening, and my train is leaving soon. So I would like to request you to take my presentation as a break in the 2 keynotes. Thank you. Today, I would like to brief on the 3 topics. It could be within 10 minutes. Don't worry about it, okay? Yeah. The first is export credit as a whole. And the second is K-Sure in brief. And I will let you know how Export Credit Agency, official ECA, is operating in Korea. And the third one is major programs that usual ECAs provide to the exporters. Okay. Let me begin with export credit as a whole. The definition of officially supported export credit is the credits to finance the export of goods and services which an official export credit agency of an exporting country provides, such as guarantee, insurance, or direct lending. And export credit insurance and guarantee covers the losses of exporters related to repayment, while direct loan is provided directly to the exporters by ECA. Here, you can come up with a question: why official? Why government banked? There are some needs that commercial institutions cannot satisfy in the trade finance market, and today my presentation will be mainly on why and how official ECAs operate. The history of ECA dates back to 1919, when the English government agency Export Credit Guarantee Department initiated providing export credit to promote British export and enhance competitiveness of local exporters in the international market after the World War I. Now, let me brief on roles and responsibilities of the ECA. ECA prevents market failures by making projects more attractive and commercial lenders by filling financial gaps and enabling long-term, high-risk projects where commercial institutions may not participate due to high risk. Thus, most important role of ECA is to enable and promote trade among nations, since commercial institutions hesitate to provide credit to countries with high risk. Additionally, ECA enhances the competitiveness of local exporters against global rivals. In this case, today's topic is neo-protectionism, and in this